What would it take XRP to be 100K and what year? Derivatives market, and you'd have to have tokenization of real estate and a lot of other assets at scale, like almost everything. I think by 2030, 85% of the total economy will be tokenized and on chain. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer than that, but I think that, next 5 years, we're going to see a very accelerated pace of assets moving on chain. And the more value and markets that have transfers and settlement and transactions moving at scale daily or move on chain, the more value XRP will have to settle on the back end of all of that. You've seen all the rails and the interoperability built out at this point. And, you've got Wormhole, you've got Axelar, Quant and Overledger. There's a lot of things that allow for interoperability between all these ecosystems and networks for the internet of value and distributed ledger tech to really do what it's supposed to do. So you need derivatives, you need real estate, some of the things that I think aren't going to happen at least for another couple of years. And once you have full clarity or visibility on all of the risk associated with derivatives and people can underwrite that and understand, where the problems are, I think you'll get a greater adoption of derivatives. Right now, you can't even quantify the derivatives market. It's somewhere between 400 trillion and $4 quadrillion. They don't know what the notional value of it is. So if it's closer to the high end of that, and I think we'll see an expansion in derivatives, tokenized derivatives, there'll be looping, there'll be all kinds of fun stuff, risky stuff that you can do with, the tokenization of things, because you'll get that representation of value that you can then go do something else with. People will stack stuff, and then there's more and more derivatives in that market. And as long as the base is solid, if XRP becomes a tier one asset, you have US treasuries, you have gold, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can use as collateral in that market for derivatives. And over the past, 50 years, and really derivatives market hasn't even been around that long, last 20 years, it's really just been US treasuries that people lend over and over again to each other because that's the tier one collateral that they can use. So excited to continue to see that expand and what's going to happen there. And that's, what